Hey everybody, just got out of the shower, going in for a hair transplant. That's what we're looking at right now. You gotta wear one of these things. So you don't take a shirt up over your head, you gotta wear something that zips up. But it's been going for a while, and now I'm down in Argentina. And hair transplant here is cheap. I think they said $1,800. In the United States, like 10,000. Just got the baby ready to go. New diaper bottle. This is some random antibiotic that I gotta take an hour before the surgery, so popping pills. We're walking in right now. We just got out of the car. This is the place behind me here. We're going in, and we got the money. First things first, they want to make sure they got the money. So they accept cash at this place, and they want each bill to be crisp and perfect and not ripped and no stains on it. They're very particular about their money in other countries, so you want to make sure when you come you bring the right money. That was the first thing they wanted, was the money. They didn't care about anything else, so let's get the show on the road. First things first, I got to put on this blue gown as soon as I got there. Keep in mind, I'm in a country that speaks primarily Spanish, so they did have some people that could communicate with me because my Spanish is not so good. They had me put on this blue gown, take everything else off. I got to keep my underwear on. I had to take my socks off. I had to put these little footy things on my feet. It was just like normal surgery at the hospital. They wouldn't let me record during the surgery, but this is right when it's after. You can see they transplanted 2,100 hairs from the back to the top. It took about 2 hours to do the back, take everything out. Then they had me flip over, went to take a piss, then came back. They did the top. And as you can see, it looks like a bunch of little eggs on there.
It's good. I mean, I never see you bolt. ¿Y cuándo tienes que venir otra vez? Ah, well, you have to come back again.
Never.
¿Cómo que never? Never.
Never. I never have to go back. Ever again. It was a crazy first impression, you know. You see all these red dots all over the back of my head. Luckily, those faded away fairly quickly in the next couple days, as you'll see. Just got out. Just got done with this hair transplant. They moved 2,100 follicles, I guess, from the back to the top. They asked what kind of hairline I want, and I said whatever you think you can do. I didn't want to give them like something hard, square down, you know. I didn't want to give them anything crazy. I said whatever you think will be good. And they said this looks natural, and I needed a lot of grafts, and I was pretty young. So realistically, where there's things on the side missing, I might have to come back later on and get some more for there. But I want to talk about what to expect if you were to get one of these done. It wasn't too bad at all. It wasn't too bad. I laid on my stomach, then they started numbing it all up. Lidocaine, I thought they were only doing like a certain section, but they numbed everything, almost all the way to the very front. And that was probably the most painful part, because it was just nonstop. Lidocaine, needle stick. Had to give me a shot in the ass. And I said, yeah, no problem, do whatever you're gonna do. I tried to be an easy patient, not say much, just let them get their job done, because I wanted them to do as good a job as possible. So I wasn't asking a bunch of questions. I wasn't saying, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Just let them work, do whatever you gotta do. After I laid on the stomach for about 2.5 hours, and they took all the hair out, they were putting it on something, but they took it all out. There's no machines. It was like all hand tools, which blew my mind because I'm in the medical field as well, and we use like machines all the time. I don't know, maybe they're putting it in something. Maybe there was somewhat of a machine to pull it out, but it was all manual process, one at a time. Beep, 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 beep. Took them all out. So they had them all out, and they had me flip around to my back, and I said, can I go to the bathroom? I went and took a piss, came back, laid down, and this is when the magic happened. They already had it drew out, what they wanted on my head, and they already had my head shaved. I actually went and got lined up with my beard, and they shaved just the bottom at the barber before I came, and I was concerned that was a factor. And as soon as I got into the place, they drew what the line was going to be, and then they shaved my entire head. There's actually 2 people shaving my head, which I've never seen ever happen. I've never seen 2 shaving utensils shaving someone's head. So then once They took all the hair out. Then I flipped over and I was on my back. And then they started putting him in place. They used a little more lidocaine, hardly any compared to what they did on the back. I guess maybe just at the top part here. They used a little bit more there. And they started grafting, putting them all in place. And I fell asleep for maybe a little bit of it, maybe an hour. But that part right there took about 4 hours to do. Used a lot of water and spray bottles and pushing things. I don't know quite what they were doing because I couldn't see anything. Mostly there was 2 people doing this at the same time. One on this side, one on this side. And they're just going to town. And it's still took a long time. Totally worth it. Really not very painful at all. I was expecting it to be worse. I was expecting them when they're actually doing it, like maybe getting a tattoo or you're just always in kind of pain. But once they numb it up, like it's not even an issue at all. So I can touch everything in the back. They're done back here. This is just the hair removed. But up here is the most sensitive part. You can't touch it. You can't do anything with it for about 3 days. If it falls out, if the graft falls out, there's nothing that can be done. You pretty much lose it, okay? So they've taken it from here, they've put it up here, they're hoping it takes. If it falls out, if it gets touched, if it falls out, you lose it, you're done. So let's say I take a pillow and just wipe this whole thing, I lose all that hair. My whole head is completely numb at this point. 2 nights I have to sleep upright, like 45 degrees. And they gave you this fancy pillow they want you to use. I don't think it's that fancy. You just blow it up and it's air inside, so can't be that great. But do not sleep with children. Do not sleep with pets. Also gave me ice pack for my face. They said you get a lot of swelling in your face. A lot of swelling in your face, and you're supposed to put this ice pack on your face for 10 minutes every hour throughout the day. That's a lot of time, so I do not think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna let my face swell up like a balloon. So I also cannot be in the sun for more than 30 minutes. No sports, no sweating, no doing anything like that for 2 weeks. So no basketball, no football, no soccer, no nothing. No getting in a sauna, no getting in a hot tub, no taking a shower that's hot where the steam's coming up. You can't wash your hair or do anything with it for 3 days. And then at the 3-day mark, you're gonna take this bottle. He said to get your hair wet beforehand, so like take a cup of water and just dump it on it, dump it on it, dump it on it, dump it on it. He said for 15 minutes, I don't know, to get it moist. And then you're gonna take a little bit of water, a little bit of soap, put it in your hand, and then take this brush and mix it up, and then do a pattern on your head where you're doing a circle for 10 seconds and then go to another area. Do a circle for 10 seconds until you complete the entire graft with that motion. They said the most important part is the first week. After the first week, you can actually wear a hat. They gave me a hat to wear. Now they don't want the hat tight on the graft, so they want the hat to be pretty tight where it's just really pressing right here and right here, and it's not touching the top. And you're kind of wearing it like a trucker, really high. Since my head is like completely numb, my depth perception is terrible, so they don't want you to bring your hands above your head. And the whole time I was there, like moving around, he's like, you're moving way too fast. Because they don't want you to hit your head or touch your head or fall or stumble or do anything. All right, everybody, this is day 2 of the hair transplant. This is what we're looking at on day 2. You can still see it's pretty red back there. Still pretty there. So definitely weird walking around like this, but that's what I've been doing. Sleeping last night was a little challenging. I was actually sleeping on my side, so nothing was on top of my head. I guess that's still okay. You're supposed to wear this mask on your face like 15 minutes every hour. I've wore it about 30 minutes in 2 days, so maybe not even that long. So my face might be swelling a little bit. The pain this morning was near none. Everything was still very numb, but now that numbing medicine is wearing off, and it's pretty painful up on top right now. Not so bad in the back, but definitely painful in the top. Maybe day 3 or day 4 will be better. I can't wear a hat or nothing yet. And when they shaved my head, they missed a couple pieces, so I got one long hair. They told me no drinking. I complied with them the first day, but I couldn't do it the second day. I'm so sorry. I'm in a new country. I'm in a new place. You gotta have a good time. That's how it is. This was a pretty good time. I had to take the music off of here, but I'll try to sing a little for you. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me up? This is what we're looking like on top. From the back, we're actually still pretty noticeable that something went on back there. A lot of swelling in here. I'm very swollen in here. All that numbing medicines kind of went from here to here. Itches a lot. Today I'm gonna take a shower. I'm supposed to pour water on it for 15 minutes and then do this circle brush pattern. I was at the club last night. I kind of like the bald look, but I guess I gotta go with the hair look since I just got this done, but the bald look's not too bad. First time in the shower. I was thinking I'd be able to get a little more like blood off of here, but I've been in here for about 15 minutes and it pretty much looks the same. I'm hoping to get some of the blood off the bag. But my forehead is very swollen and very smooth. They told me to dump water on it, but this thing's pretty light and also the water's falling, so I'm using it. I was still out running around the city with my giant swollen face. Today is day 5. Day 5. I have a pretty good amount of swelling in here. It actually looked a lot worse this morning, but I kept some compression on it and it looks much better now. Pretty good swollen up here. This all looks about the same. And this back here is fading a little bit where it's looking closer to normal, but you can still see where they got the hair grafts from. I look a little bit like an egg, but that's where we're at day 5, so I want the swelling to go away at the least. Good morning, day number 6 of the hair transplant. Let's get a look at it and see where we're at today. Just got out of the shower. You can still see clearly where the line is. Luckily, they haven't all fell out. The back portion, it's starting to fade. How you could see all those dots, those little scabs, they're all kind of falling out. Let's do a quick 3D tour here. Hoping you guys can still see it. And they can see me. Still a little wet, so I don't quite rub it off. There, let's try to go forward and do a full tour of the entire scalp. Close-up shots here. I'm a little concerned about this back area, that it might not be thick enough, but better than it was, and this part is way better than it was. So I am excited to see if this works. I got a friend. He's already been 2 months and he hasn't came in, hasn't done anything yet. I worked today. I did concrete coats today, and I couldn't wear a hat. No hat today. No sun for more than 30 minutes. So I went out like this, and I was outside for less than 30 minutes. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything, but I think we're doing pretty good. My swelling is gone. My face was so fat. I've never been bald, but this is the bald look, the bald beard look. So I think this is gonna work out. I think I'm gonna like it. I think it's much better than what I had. I think it's well worth the $1,800 price point. For me, I mean, I can see all these hairs. Even if they don't grow, if they just stay there, there's still hair there. Like it just, I mean, if this was not as bloody or scabby. I think it would look more like this part. It was a good experience. We're 1 week in. I think I'll make a video tomorrow to see where we're at 7 days, and I'll post the first 7 days of this. But I will say, pain medicine wise, they gave me ibuprofen. That was good. My wife switched me to aspirin at one point, and I was dying. I think because aspirin's a blood thinner, so those scabs would come off and it would bleed, and the scabs would come back, and it was like a vicious circle. So that was like the last 2 days, but now I've switched to naproxen, and I slept very good last night. I feel like it's not quite centered. It's a little this way, a little to my left. I don't know what you guys think, if that's centered or not, but I think it's better than I had. Like, it's definitely better than I had, and I think once it grows in, my hair's always going this way. Who knows which way these hairs will go? They might just go straight up or down this way. I don't know. Maybe I can train them. But this right here is day number 10 of the hair transplant. You can see what's up there. You can see the back. I used to have all these dots all over the place. Yesterday I went to the movie theater. The guy's like, wow, where'd they take the hair from? I said, my ass. No. He thought they were going to take a big chunk out of the back. He couldn't even tell where they took any from. So before you could see all these dots everywhere. Now you can't. Day 10, no dots. Pain, very good. No pain. I would say little to no pain. Yesterday I didn't even take any pain medicine on day 9. So day 10, I just got out of the shower. I would say the most important thing that I've learned so far is wear the mask those first couple days, because your face will swell up like a balloon. And just be very careful and try not to touch it against anything. I'm a little sunburned, I think, actually, because once I got back, I work in the concrete business, and I had to go out doing quotes, and I couldn't wear a hat. You know, they told me I could wear a hat after 7 days, but it couldn't touch the top. So I could be in the sun for no more than 30 minutes. But I'm super sensitive skin, so I really think I could only be in the sun for maybe 5 minutes. But let's just take another look here at what we got going on. I think they did a pretty good job. You can see a little darker spot here. I think that's still blood. I haven't been able to wash it, but I think for the most part, it's somewhat not noticeable for most people. I'm a little taller. I'm 6'3", so what even going on up here, some people don't even notice it at all, especially because you can't notice anything in the back. So I guess we'll see how this thing grows. They said, 4 months. My mom's like, wow, you already have hair. So 4 months, 6 months, a year we should be good to go. But hopefully this will allow me to sell more concrete. If anyone's interested in getting this done where I got mine done, I'll put the information down below.